Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. You're probably familiar with American Ninja Warrior, the heart-racing and action-packed obstacle course competition series that seems to be taking the world by storm. From school teachers to firemen to police officers to social workers, this competition gives everyday men and women the chance to transform into fearless, acrobatic competitors, a shot at a $500,000 cash prize, and perhaps most relevant to you, the ability to do special workouts and training that build a very impressive combination of a lean body, grip strength, speed, explosiveness, flexibility, and balance. So how can you train like an American Ninja Warrior? Well, in this episode, I'm going to give you 6 quick and dirty tips to do just that. Let's jump into the 6 ways you can get fit as an American Ninja Warrior. The first thing you need to do is get lean. To navigate through the short 50 to 100-yard American Ninja Warrior course with speed, to move efficiently, and to be able to protect the body while flying through the air and hanging from bars, an American Ninja Warrior needs to be light on the feet. When I'm getting ready for an important competition myself, I combine as many of my unconventional fat loss tips as possible. For example, I stop eating about 2 hours before bedtime. I get up in the morning in a fasted state. I take a cold shower to jumpstart the metabolism. I drink some coffee. I do a 20 to 30 minute easy aerobic workout while still in a fasted state. I eat breakfast. I spend as much time during the day on my feet, standing at a standing workstation or moving. And then later on in the day, I do something intense like weight training or high intensity interval cardio training, followed by a final cold shower. Now that might seem a lot or inconvenient, but if you want to get lean fast, doing things like that is a really good way to structure your day. Next is get a grip. Grip strength is paramount in any obstacle style event, especially for things in American Ninja Warrior like the arm rings, the salmon ladder, the devil steps, or the pipe slider. Well, some of my favorite grip strengthening activities include doing pull-ups or assisted pull-ups with as many different grips as possible, wrapping a towel around a bar and hanging from that towel at the gym or at home, walking while holding some kind of a heavy rock or a bucket filled with water, and also pinching 2 weight plates together with one hand. Now, I have a really detailed podcast episode on how to get a really strong grip, and I'll link to that in the show notes for this episode over at quickanddirtytips.com. You're listening to episode number 204, by the way. The greater the variety of ways you can train your grip, the better. And of course, don't forget one of the funnest ways to build both grip strength and agility: rock climbing. Number 3 is to get fast feet. Most American Ninja Warrior courses start with the quad step, in which you're bounding side to side at various angles. You'll also be running across logs or bounding across suspended giant balls. And all of these activities require you to be pretty fast on your feet. Some of the best ways to get your feet moving quickly include agility ladders that you can step in and out of, and these ladders are popular among tennis players, football teams, etc. Sprinting down mildly steep grassy slopes like you'd find in a golf course, doing explosive alternating step-ups on a step bench at the gym, putting a treadmill on a very fast sprint speed and trying to stay as long as possible, and doing lots of plyometrics, which you can learn about in the episode I'll link to in the show notes on developing superhuman strength. Now, number 4 is to get explosive. Leaping from a trampoline, grabbing a cargo net, jumping into the spider wall, bounding from obstacle to obstacle, navigating the dreaded warped wall. Explosiveness is paramount in American Ninja Warrior. And while the plyometrics that I just mentioned will certainly help increase this skill, specific exercises that I'd also go out of your way to include would be box jumps up onto a box or a raised surface with one foot or with both feet, skipping, bounding, leaping, and hopping, squat jumps with and without weights in your hands or a bar on your back, lunge jumps with and without weights in your hands, and even visiting your local trampoline or gymnastics facility to jump around and get outside your explosive comfort zone. And this is all great whether you're wanting to dunk a basketball or increase your vertical, or do something like American Ninja Warrior or an obstacle course. Number 5 is to get flexible. Now, I've talked a lot about flexibility on previous episodes and about how to build flexibility, and I stand by my previous advice. I'll certainly link to all the previous episodes I've done on flexibility in the show notes for this episode at quickanddirtytips.com. But for the ultimate development of flexibility, you have to first address your muscle integrity. with exercises like foam rolling and deep tissue massage. And then you move on to dynamic flexibility exercises like side to side and front to back, leg swings and arm swings. And finally, preferably on a regular basis and not just once a week or once every 2 weeks, include some challenging flexibility moves like yoga, Bikram yoga, or gymnastics. Now, number 6 is to build balance. For everything from the log walk to wobbling water obstacles to all the other American Ninja Warrior obstacles I've already mentioned, the more you can refine your balance, the better prepared you will be to not take a spill into the water or fall off the course. You can use things like single leg squats, single leg yoga poses, or even simply balancing on fences or curbs to start with, and then begin to progress to balance beams or even slack lines. You can also purchase or find at your gym special equipment like wobble boards, Bosu balls, and stability balls that you can do balancing exercises on. Be sure you also include jumping from one unstable surface to another, like from curbs to rocks, etc., so you can work on your balance transitions. Finally, be sure to take care of your eyes, ears, and joints, which I talked about in my episode 3 Ways to Build Better Balance. Now, as you can see, if you don't plan on competing in American Ninja Warrior, you can still, by training like any one of the participants, build a very functional and athletic body. And if you have more questions about how to do that, you can go to facebook.com/getfitguy and join the conversation there. You can also access the show notes with all the links that I just talked about over at quickanddirtytips.com. Just look for episode number 204 of The Get Fit Guy. And until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit Guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.